Hey, yo, peace, peace. This your man, El Judge, man, coming right back at you, man, with some of that real talk real fast, man. Hey, man, we live on different timelines, man, and we keep looping ourselves into the same existence. But every now and then, something may occur that makes you shift from this timeline to another one. Let's see if I can make this more clear. This right here is what we call the Taurus field, right? All right. Now, these lines right here, these are the different timelines that you live on. And you live on every last single one of them. But each timeline is a different experience. It's something that it's a different life for you. See, like this may be a timeline of extreme poverty. This may be a timeline of extreme wealth. This may be a timeline of you being like locked up in them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? These are different life experiences, and you keep looping back and forth, just like your Taurus field. You sometimes you get caught up on one timeline, and then you just continue. You might have gotten unalived by somebody in your last existence, and then you come back again, and then you get unalived by the same person in another existence. Then you come back again, and you get unalived again. You get stuck on that doggone timeline. But then sometimes, man, they may create rules and regulations, and then you're born, and then you get stuck on that timeline because as soon as you're born, you start following, you get programmed with the rules, and then you just get stuck on that same timeline, and then you just keep repeating yourself. But sometimes you may be on a timeline of extreme poverty, and then you listen to yourself, and then you ended up on the timeline of extreme wealth. Now this is how this is how this works. There is a you that is ultra rich, but every now and then the things that made that person, that other you ultra rich, sometimes those thought waves and patterns, because it's you and it's all energy, sometimes those thought waves and patterns hit you. And you may act on it, and then you jump on that timeline of being ultra rich. You merge with that. You know what I'm saying? Every time you had a great idea, something that could have made you wealthy or could have made you some money, every time you did that and you did not act on it, that kept you on your timeline that you are on right now. But when you take your time and you actually act on those things, it places you on that timeline. Like I said, but there's a timeline over here where you may be in prison or something like that there. And then something criminal may be on your mind, right? Right. And then you mess around and then you do a criminal act and then you end up on that timeline. See now, and I'm going to tell you how deep this is, because like I said, they set up rules and regulations hoping to convince you to stay on a certain timeline so they can profit off of you. The people who know about this. You know what I'm saying? However, sometimes they have to get rid of certain things so it won't trigger your memory, so you won't become who you were, the powerful who you were on a certain timeline, on the timeline that they're functioning on, or the timeline that they're manipulating. Oh, it's a better way for me to say this. Okay. I got it. I got this. Thanks. Okay. Remember the White City. Remember that. Remember the White City in Illinois, where the United States Corporation, with their military, they took over it, and then they act as if they created the White City, right? And then after they put it on display to let the world know that, look at us, this is how advanced we are, but it wasn't their stuff. It was something that the other people had created. When after they got done displaying it, they tore it down. Why would they tear it down? And they did this in San Francisco. They did this in all kind of different places around the world. They tore down those old Tartarian cities and towns. This is the reason why they did that. The reason is because of the timeline. They knew that the people who were looping back, if they were to loop back and they were to see that city, they would remember, it would trigger them, and then they would become who they once were. So they was like, you know what? We got to change things around so it won't look so familiar to, so it won't look how it used to be to them, so they won't become those ancient gods who they really were. I mean, I said it. It is what it is. But yeah, man, start paying attention to yourself. Remember that you are already ultra rich. You just got to learn how to merge onto that doggone proper timeline. I hope you got that. This is your man, L. Judge. Peace and blessings. And when I say blessings, I mean be the lesson. I'm out.